thought we was gone since Pimp Step Hoes down, that American.
Mouthpiece of the Southeast, aka Milton Bradley, aka the Commissioner, aka Chase Ledet. That guy. It's that guy, man. Came with you guys today. I was thinking of a topic. I was thinking of what could I do to be normal. I've listened to my previous podcast and I've noticed that I'm, as my partner said, speaking from a mountaintop. And that's not the aim I'm trying to go for. That's not how I'm trying to be perceived. I really want to familiarize yourself with how normal I am. Just like you guys. Just, I guess, in time frame, been in it longer, not better, not smarter, just farther along the race. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to talk about something kind of comical, kind of real, and something you guys should question yourselves that are actively out here running and chasing it. When did you call yourself a pimp? Who called you a pimp? Who gave you your rules? When did you actually embody your own vision of yourself as a pimp? I have an interesting story. I really wasn't like a lot of the guys that I meet, a lot of the guys that I pop game with and rub shoulders with in my years doing it. Most the people I ran into, either it was a family affair. Mom, their trick baby mother was a prostitute, father was a pimp, or came from a family of players, or uncles, brothers, things like that. My situation was a little different. I never really wanted to be a pimp. I never even thought about pimping, honestly. It was something that kind of fell in my lap. It saved my life, true indeed, but it wasn't anything I aspired to be. I was put out young, I ended up getting some weird charges on my name very young, to where I wasn't able to ever actually get an apartment in my name or get a job of any substance. And so I was forced to kind of sell drugs and be around people that were involved in that type of behavior. And I ended up meeting the chick, man. I'm not going to say her name, but back in the days, they used to have the chat lines and different things that you guys could do and chop it and pop it with chicks in your vicinity. I used to do that a lot, meet girls, me and my buddies used to do shit like that when we was young. Just something to do. And I ended up meeting a chick, a little light-skinned black chick, big booty chick, really fine. She was like the finest chick I ever had. And at the time, I was with this little Indian dude, and we used to run around going state to state buying the AT&T Go phones. And he would pay me per phone. It was a cool little situation. Got to smoke weed, just kind of got out the house. I was a little nigga. I really didn't have much going for myself. Met the chick. We became inseparable. Ended up having her come around me for a while. And mind you, I didn't know this girl had been a hoe before. And, sold pussy, did different things like that. I didn't know. I was just one of them niggas young in love and infatuated. I did pretty much whatever to stay around her. What happened was, my partner had a after hours in Arlington, and we used to, go there. My partner would pay us to bartend, anything we could do to stay together. We were one of them young in love, broken love, inseparable people. But she lived way in Garland, I lived way in Arlington, so I ended up moving over there with her mom, living with her mom, putting us out, different things like that. Anyways, long story short, in one of our separations, she decided to start dancing at a club in Arlington. I think it was called, not Jamie's, I don't remember the name, man. Y'all know it's a little famous one off of Abrams. But I was cool with it. I was like a little puppy dog. I used to sit in the car, wait on the bitch, you know what I'm saying? And be out there all night in the car. It was some weird shit, like some real sucker shit. But one of the nights she came out and she said, "Hey, this dude wants to sleep with me for $200." And she used to make about that the whole night. So I'm like, hell yeah. I really didn't think anything of it. I really wasn't a jealous nigga. at this point. But so yeah, we ended up following the dude. She ended up doing the date, and then she told me that she had had a pimp before, an older dude that put her on the game. Her mom knew about it. It was some wild shit. And so my wheels started turning, man. You know, I'm like, I didn't even know motherfuckers paid for pussy. So I looked at it as a business deal. I used to be on Plenty of Fish shit too. I was at the Budget Sweet stand. I ended up meeting a little Spanish chick, ended up being my first knot. Uh, she was staying like in the building across from me. It was wild, you know. Even the way I did the whole from the beginning was real sucker-like, man. You know, I played the brother-sister co-pimp with the bitch, like real goofy shit. I didn't know no better, you know. I was in love and I was just trying to survive, honestly. But ended up getting my little game together. I ended up getting some of you niggas that know me from way back in the day. I had a 6-door Fleetwood, you know, on Vogues, and ended up getting all that together, running around, popping interviews, interviewing bitches, whatever. I had my little two. I went to Austin, then I went to New Orleans, but I only knew strip club game. I didn't know anything about the lines. But I went to New Orleans, and this is the point of my story. I was staying at these little cheap hotels, and there was this little dyke chick. I forget her name, man. She had gold. She almost looked like Soulja Slim. And I asked her about some weed. You know, you always trying to find weed when you're out of state. And she was like, yeah, she didn't hook me up, but she was like, you know, you should talk to this dude around the way. He's like you. You know, and I'm like, he's like me. He's like, he got some girls, and he be doing the same thing you do. And he ended up introducing me to this dude. This dude's name was Pony. Pony, if you're hearing this out of Miami, man, I love you. You know what I'm saying? He the one that gave me my P's. Because I used to say, nah, I'm not a pimp, man. I'm a businessman, you know. I don't wear no funny suits. I ain't rhyming this out there. He told me, he broke it down to me. He said, man, your name Mouthpiece, right? I was like, yeah. He's like, you got 2 bitches. He said, they giving you all the money, right? I'm like, yeah, which they were, you know. And he was like, you got a Cadillac on Vogues? He said, man, you some pimping, my nigga. And from then on, it kind of stuck to me. He ended up coming back to the DFW with me and teaching me the rules, showing me different things. I mean, as much as he could, you know what I'm saying? And he went on about his way. So that's when I started considering myself some pimping. Not too long after that, my cousin Lorenzo had came down. This is a dude I looked up to my whole life. Like he was the coolest nigga on earth. Came with his friends and took him to, damn, I can't remember the name of the club, man. It's over there right around by Harry Hines, y'all know. But while he was in there's a little big titty bitch, man. I ended up having, but at the time she was with another little goofy pimp. Came from St. Louis, and she was on my cousin hard. My cousin was like, look, I'm leaving out of town. If you like me, fuck with him. Ended up getting the chick number. Man, this was my first knock. This is how weak I was. I knocked the bitch. The bitch agrees to come. I ain't getting no real fee from her. I think maybe like $300 or something. I pick her up in this 76 Fleetwood 75 series I was working on. I had to get the engine done that day, pick this bitch up. Man, I try to serve the nigga, but the way I do it is I'm low-key kind of weak with it. I try to have a bitch serve him. I try to have my little light-skinned bitch serve him. And the nigga, I forgot his name. You hear him, man, comment below if you remember. But he was like, hell no, I ain't taking no serve for no bitch. So I ended up having to call this nigga. And it was cool. This was back when you could serve. Niggas wasn't tripping over no bitch. It was all love. And I ended up meeting them over there. Man, I'm sorry with streets, but so right over there where everything's going on over there by the whole stroll, Harry Hines, and I met him in a parking lot. He ended up putting the bitch shit in my car, and then my hose in my car, drunk, flicking his hose off, and you know we shook hands. Ended up being really cool, a good pimp partner that stayed around for a while and showed me some more game. But you know I never had no mentor. No one ever taught me anything how to do this. I learned in stride, you know what I'm saying? But he was a solid dude, and I ended up knocking this bitch. This bitch was a fake titties, way older than me, really cashing out. You know, I had the internet game on Smash back then. A lot of the dudes couldn't fuck with it. They didn't know how to use it, per se, that like I did. I was younger. But yeah, and then over time, you know, developed my P's. I started really fraternizing, moving around, and you know, got folks. The website at the time helped me, and I got get around a good circle of people, and just it became what I was. I remember the light skinned bitch. She told me some real shit. She said, "Watch, eventually, all you're gonna do is care about being in competition with these niggas." I was like, "Never, no," you know. But in the end, that's what it became. You know, you might get a 2012, And then a nigga pull up in 2015 and make you want to go put that shit back up. And it's not even about forward motion at this time. It's more just outdoing each other, which is a byproduct of success. But it's a lot, man. But going back to the original topic, that's how I became the P's. I looked at myself as the P's and started really moving around, pushing ism. It was never something I aspired to be. I really wanted to be a plastic surgeon or a stockbroker as a kid. I didn't have aspirations of criminality. It never was something that was on my mind. As I got older and got involved with crime and ended up being put out at 14 and, learning how to live in the streets, I escaped it through pimping. So I said pimping saved my life, honestly, because if it wasn't for that, I didn't have anything going. Girls always liked me. In elementary school, niggas used to try to say I was gay because I'd be hanging out with the girls instead of throwing ball and racing and shit on recess. I've always liked girls, and I've always been able to keep a rapport with them. That shit transferred over to my campaign. I was able to have a cool situation because I didn't play with girls' hearts. I didn't pimp with my dick. I didn't pimp with dope. I didn't play games. I didn't have to do that. I could just be cool with the bitch and, get an understanding. Obviously, it never ends that way, but it always starts that way. But yeah, it's cool to see how it's changed, but it's also sad because the illusion of what I saw, an illusion of what it takes to be an illusionist, to be a pimp, and it's an art form. But then in the same breath, a man that's mastered that art form can then create an actual hoe. The hoe is goddess-like. She's able to walk on water. She's able to make the impossible possible. But it's become flat back at this point, and it is what it is. But the tricks are winning. You got to think about it. Even if a motherfucker give you 2,000, 5,000, think about half of what he owns is what it's worth. So not extortion, but just being aware of the value of the interactions that you have with these people, these tricks, and stop selling yourself short. I know a lot of these pimps don't really have no game for you. They just pay the cute guys, with the tattoos or little gangbangers, and it's always been like that. I always had the niggas that kind of have it on them but not in them. But now I don't even really think there's that much essence left. So it's interesting to see, but it's also sad. And that's another reason I'm trying to do this more than anything, is to try to create a little bit of a pedigree, try to create a little bit of a legacy and inspire some of you guys to dig deeper and be more, man. There's so much to this shit. If you really have this in you, this doesn't just extend to women, this extends in life. Everywhere you go, it just bends to your mercy. Not for anything other, because you're just unapologetically you, and you're fluent in the language of human interaction, which is most of it is nonverbal, and not allowing people's actions to determine what you do following, which comes from mastery of self-control. I'm not going to talk you guys to death. I feel like I'm talking from the mountain again, but I just wanted you guys to know, man, I ain't no, what I'm saying? They ain't flawless. There's no mystery in my history as well, but I didn't come up from no cold set of rules or no mentor or no inspiration. I just really took what the bitch was able to do for me, what I was able to get bitches to do, and my expansion of trying to get paid. And honestly, that showed me how to do pallets. I was making $300,000-$400,000 a year doing pallets, and it's really the same approach, just a different hustle, different target. So yeah, man, hopefully this resonates with somebody. Hopefully you motherfuckers can fuck with what I'm saying. And yeah, just try to work on yourself, man. No one's done. And if you feel like you're done, you need to go back to the beginning and look through it again, because I promise you didn't do something. You feel me? Yeah, man. It's me, MPSC, aka Milton Bradley, aka Chase Leday, that guy. Yeah, man. Mouthpiece of the Southeast. It's been a while.
The only way you catch me off guard is handcuffed in a cop car. I'm Mr. Gingerbread Man, the block star. I think I'm sick as killing shit'll get me rock hard. The sound of gunfire, them shells hot, watch you catch them like an umpire. 100-round tambourine in my hand thing. I ran so much game, I pulled my hamstring. You ain't really a man till you made a man scream. I'll triple cross you for the cream. One-man team. My life's like a movie, it's getting spooky. I'm stuck in the same damn scene. Always way to say 1,008 grams clean. Putting Clem on my nose like a damn fiend. I ain't a game, come play, you'll soon know. Blood's red, but when it dries, it's maroon though. Trying to get the visions of them bodies in that room go. This that third day resurrection out the tomb floor. Always double when you hustle, nigga. But you better try for the triple, nigga. Nah, now don't nobody move a muscle, nigga. Or shots fired and I'm killing niggas. Niggas let you slide way too many times. And we done got away with too many crimes. That cocaine made them insane, way too many lines. Cocaine in my nose, codeine in my cup, conspiracy on my mind. Cooperator, you dying. In the circle of life, you the gazelle, we the lions. I line you up in my irons, rinse my clip where I point. I'm the boss, I'm the joint. I run plays like the coach do. I pose to be chose, baby, I'll never approach you. Dangerous and a gentleman, I do what I'm supposed to. You giving the part, better play it smarter, I'll ghost you. You know what you did, bitch. Way too grown to get involved in some kid shit. That out of pocketness to get the ism a big quick. I like them, submissive and ambitious. I'll break them like dirty dishes. Get the quota with the quickness. She listens to the ism. No text from her ex, cause that nigga really pimpin'. King Govin Maroy sent a bunch of us to prison. Got folks through the system.